Yeah, but they're anticipating mid-pressure because of the early smoke being thrown out, but it's actually Skade heading on straight over to the A bomb site with just one player remaining in B. Winter, he's been spotted out. Gets a quick frag, but it's a one-for-one trade. Duplicate straight onto the bomb site, now on the backstab. Simply not successful.
With the bomb now going down, Skade may have some leeway to work with, but Rainwaker now, he's all by himself. How does he deal with 4? Let's have a look. Clean for a shot, make that 2! That's destructive! Rainwaker! Can you bring out 2 in a similar fashion? Not quite sure if a smoke has been dropped, but that's another head. Oh no, he stopped defusing. Smiley gets the kill though instead. But it looks so promising from Rainwaker. I still will say a job well done.
Yeah, a couple quick frags, and then they didn't even have a kit, so that was definitely dicey. Just a couple shots being missed by Smiley would have tipped the ball in the favor of Rainwaker. But it doesn't work out that way. Still, yeah, three kills. I don't think he's too unhappy about that. And with the bomb being planted and 3 kills to his name, it does mean that I believe he should be able to have a decent buy. So this second round, this will already be a blockade for 100 PG to try to go up against. 3 Galils, couple Desert Eagles, they're going to fly straight out. The weaponry actually fairly limited on the CT side because they've got MP9s.
Ooh, early aggression coming through from the A main side. Rainwaker able to make it work against Winter. The MP9 not getting too much damage, so Skade with that numbers advantage has some space to work with. 100 ping gods quickly getting onto this site, trying to move together on this endeavor, but at the same time they leave the B site slightly barren. It's only Iceman to hold it through, but I don't think it will really matter because Skade, they're holding around this area.
Yeah, now they realize that because they've gotten the early pick, it'll make 100 PG scramble, try to progress forward to potentially get a pick. And now because Skade have already come around the corner, Sorrow's going to have a lot to deal with.
Flash coming through as well, Molly to get him out of that side. Smoke to be dropped in the same location, maybe some misinformation. No, actually, it's the reinforcements coming in from Smiley. Lovely done, but now Oxygen together with Smiley. Sorrow as well, quick on his rotation. They'll try and deal with the situation, but Duplicate is quick on his feet. Oxygen as well puts a bullet straight through Smiley's eyes. Bro does try and do some damage of his own, but that distance with the MP9, not ideal. Not sure if he can bring any more damage. Same could be said about Iceman in the mid, but eventually Bro comes in with a backstab. Denislaw knows exactly where Bro is hiding out, and with not much health remaining, surely he will fall in a very quick fashion. Floach being drawn out maybe to find some extra damage. That MP9 finding a headshot would do just that, but no, Denislaw is able to shut him down, and it's Skade quick to react to find themselves that round.
Skade immediately bring it back, and that's off of the fact that they were able to get the bomb plan in the previous round because they've got the extra money to deal with. They're matched. The initial kill coming out, the MP9 being given up, the information. If you're committed on Ancient, if you push up ahead, the rotational times can be so long that Skade, they were simply able to capitalize, and now you can see 100 PG on the back foot. They've got the Eagles, and I think they work out really well on this map because people aren't too familiar with the angles just yet, and I think holding off angles with the Desert Eagle, it's a lot more favorable. So maybe we can see something of that sort. I think Bro might have spotted a pixel or two, but nothing too major.
I love how Skade found themselves control over on window as well, making sure that someone is checking over towards Sheeta is exactly what you want. Bro does find one with a deagle. Instead, Chips will try and replace himself. But no, Iceman, he doesn't give that any chance. Galil now picked up by Bro and fought by Iceman. Slowly, this is becoming a dangerous endeavor for Skade, but the fact that Duplicate finds himself within the backline of his opponents, he spotted out some movement, but Bro is ready. This is instantly a way better performance from this man than over on Dudas 2. And now Skade are left with 2 players. And I wonder, do they still have a chance this round?
Yeah, they've got a couple AKs, so I still wouldn't count them out of it just yet. You know how good they can be on clutches. And if you want somebody on this kind of job, Denislaw has to be the one to do it. Rotating in from the tunnels. Moving all the way back now because they're isolated. It'll still take a while before they can really get onto a bomb site, and with 30 seconds remaining, this is tricky. You know that Rainwaker has to check a couple more angles. That's going to waste some additional time, and because they're speeding past the donut, that's the audio cue being given up to Sorrow and Winter. Now all they have to do is react.
Holding down the line, Denislaw. Gonna peek through. Audio cue given out. He's ready for it. He's anticipating a headshot connected. Then it rained. Ragekit doesn't pull out his weapon. He was so eager to get that bomb down. He didn't even realize there was a player there. And it is going to be 100 ping gods coming out ahead. Pinnacle betting 10 gives you 10 using code CUT21 at pinnacle.com/welcome to find extra information. But make sure that's only bet what you can afford, because and also full terms and conditions do apply in that regard. But the fact that 100 ping gods get themselves a good start onto their opponent's map pick may be a good note for them, because they're already a map down, so they desperately need some sort of victory go their way.
Not sure how they can immediately turn things around, but I think being on the T side, taking advantage of unorthodox angles is a lot harder with those Desert Eagles. Now, boosting on over, bro, he's been spotted out. Takes a little bit of damage, becomes a more reasonable prospect to be taken away. Goes for a few pot shots, and a flashbang comes through as well to maybe have a teammate peek around the corner, but that's not the case. They've got 2 players on the B bomb site, with a third potentially coming in for reinforcements. Yeah, they've got no business actually getting onto the bomb site now, do they? Because 3 players waiting does mean that the players on mid from Skade actually have a bigger responsibility to try to carve out a niche that Skade can fit into.
He's being a sneaky man, peeking into Cheetah, but I think Rainmaker maybe even sneakier, already getting a kill. Putting that AK-47 to a test. It's a full enforcement here of that buy for Skade. They're fully invested in this round, so I want to make sure that it works out well for them. Still, 100 ping gods, their own economies within the brink of losing out on most of it, really. Possession is on its line, so this is really vital. They hold down their ground like this. They go for an aggressive push, but they don't check Cubby. Smiley there to deliver. Iceman, it's a crossfire set up, and it's lovely. Dennistor does grab out one, but it's a repositioning to come in from Bro and Iceman to get themselves a victory. It's a clean round, and Skade didn't have too much to say about it.
I actually really like the turnaround, the redemption from Bro, because as you mentioned before, he's already at a point where he's putting up a better performance than Dust do. And I don't think Acient would have started off in this fashion had they not been had he not been able to perform. So props to him. A little bit of a comeback. You know, everybody can have a map or two that doesn't really work out for them, and that's pretty normal in Counter-Strike. You know, it's not really having the lineups work out for you.
Ooh, an 8! Skade, they're feeling the wrath of that. You've got like a leg dangling somewhere, the other guy's limping, the other one's losing an eye. It's got like, I don't know, just random rock being thrown into his eye.
Yeah, already looking for an eye patch.
Oh yeah, definitely. A couple of them are looking like Captain Hook.
Yeah, Duplicate's pretty happy, though. He's only lost a pinky, and he's happy with it.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, it's a little harder to hold a Glock, but it's all good. I think he'll take that over a dangling leg. But 100 PG now. They're just getting ready for the mowdown. The lawnmower's being pulled out.
I don't know about you, but I don't see too much grass here. I see moss around the rocks. Oh wow, look at the odds. Yeah, no, Skade. They're not as favors as they were at the start of the round. I think Pinnacle is giving the chance to 100 ping gods sort of come back from this due to the fact that they are now 4-1. But I think if Skade can bounce back quickly, I don't think it should be a big problem for them this series.
Yeah, and you have to keep in mind that the odds are actually reflective of the series and not the map. So people still have a lot of faith in Skade to take it.
Oh, for sure. They're a map up, you know, so definitely should be the situation. Something that 100 ping gods have done a couple of times so far is put Winter into that A main position. Now, without any reinforcements, he can't stick around here too long, but at least he buys time for his team to move towards mid. Smoke out again. I wonder if they will try and challenge this.
Skade. They're going to be creeping on over to A, and because 100 PG don't really have any info, They just have to rely on these two players with MP9s, and another juicy nade will make sure that they're a lot easier to pick off.
Waiting for the flash, of course. Smiley will be able to back out from it, but already it is Sorrow to get himself quickly onto the depth of Temple. We'll have that alternative angle to deal with. Rainmaker getting the first kill throughout it. Sorrow able to get himself the mark into the round, but a duplicate as well. They spray down. Oh, bro, that is excellent. 2 kills going his way, and Sorrow putting his mark into it as well. Denislaw, it's all up to him. Has to deal with 2. Bro, distinguish, and so will Iceman.
What a play from Denislaw. That actually looked like it was out of his hands, but Denislaw does what he does best, get clutches. And where in the previous map we saw Bro having a bit of a drop in performance, it's the same case for Ships, and I think that might be part of the reason why Skade even had to come down to this situation. A juicy nade to start things off, the spray down, everything lining up for the 100 PG side, but Denislaw, he just puts his foot down, stomps on them, and now Skade, they're going to be moving right into the B-bomb side. They're pulling all stops, moving right in. Iceman desperately tries to spray down, and he catches one through the smoke. Rainwaker, the TK, doesn't help at all.
Oh no, the molly doesn't pay out Oxygen. He got trapped within it. Smiley's got an angle to work with, damage inflicted, but Iceman is able to find a closer. And Denislaw, a 1v2 was way more possible than his current situation. It's a 1v5. The full-on team of 100 pin gods are still remaining. Iceman only lost like a few fingernails. It's looking a little bit difficult from Skade. They've lost the tempo.
Yeah, but you know what isn't difficult? It's getting a €10 bonus on your deposit at Pinnacle, because right now they've got a little promotion going. If you sign up using the code CUP21, you get €10 back on your deposit of 10. So do go ahead and check that out, but make sure you only bet what you can afford to lose. Terms and conditions apply. Skade, man, very swift way to lose the round, but they want to do it all over again.
Ooh, and this time it may be successful. Ships running right up against Iceman, ripping his body apart with bullets, and now they need to be careful. Sorrow will get himself up close and personal. Flash coming through, Ships being challenged, but he wins in that occasion. 12 points of health remaining on him, but Ships is still here to say. Headshot connects until Winter throws him down. Bro looking to be a menace, but it's all up to the man Winter. His name is after a season, but I think his season is over. Oxygen able to give him that grand finale and give Skade that victory.
I love how they have the confidence to immediately go for it again. They just got shut down, but they're like, you know what? That TK was probably what didn't let us get through with it. So whatever, we'll just Mac 10 train it down on B, and it ends up working out for them. 100 PG not anticipating it whatsoever. They were basically caught with their pants down. They had utility out, and Ships, I think he might have taken what I said to heart, because he immediately responds with a 2K. Or maybe even 3, I'm not sure. We're going to have to check the scoreboard, but regardless, Skade now looking a lot more favorable.
Winter behind the big box that will try and hold back. He's all by himself, though. He needs reinforcement from Sorrow quickly, but the flash is perfect. Able to peek out when Simon. Rainwaker has got to, well, finds assistance with that flash at least, but still. It is Ships to hold down the ground from mid, denying those rotations, which is a crucial aspect in this, because there's only 2 players onto the site remaining. Denislaw does grab out Bro. Smiley, with that up at hand, I think he's going to want to save this big gun of green, because it's fairly expensive, and seeing 100 ping God's economy, it's not looking fruitful.
One thing I wanted to point out is that because Winter went for a smoke instead of going for an additional kill, it ends up allowing Oxygen to have an opportunity to take out a teammate. Because Oxygen was preoccupied with having another duel, Winter actually saw him in the corner of his monitor. Maybe he didn't because of 4x3 reasons, but regardless, had he gone for another duel, he would have come out on top, and I think that would have given them a better chance. But that little decision ends up allowing Oxygen to pick up 2, so bit of a misplay there. And Skade, Those kinds of misplays are exactly what they need to bring it back on Ancient, and they're doing a stellar job at it. By putting them in an economic deficit, you've gotten them down to 2,000. Smiley's the only one that can even make a dent. Now Skade are talking. Now they're about that equalizer.
They absolutely are looking to push forwards, and now they have the upper hand when it comes to weaponry, of course. But bro, he puts a dent into their push. They haven't even checked cover yet. He's hiding within the smoke. Uh-oh, he could be a menace here, Iceman. He's only got a pistol. But if he finds a kill here, he could deny the plant. He actually goes for the knife! Oh, he only finds damage, no kill. I like the cojones on the man, but I don't think his cojones are big enough, because Smiley...
I think it might have been too big. He was too slow to get there, so I mean,
yeah,
you know.
Maybe. Yeah, that would make more sense, yeah.
Yeah, but regardless, man, yeah, what a ballsy play. Try to go for a knife like that. So still, I think the way he approached it was like, okay, maybe I can get a lot more money this way. And also, if I try to just spam with the USP, it's probably not going to work out too much of a warning sign.
I mean, you would think he would at least get that one kill with a USP, right?
Maybe. But what made us happier? What made the viewers happier? The attempt, okay? So he cares about the viewership. He's putting on a show.
And we appreciate him.
I imagine that he just has the curtains drawn in the form of a smoke, and then he just comes out with a knife. The show must go on.
Oh, and I can hear the music. Show must go on. The show must go on. Yeah, sorry. Rock and roll.
Considering the fact that we're on a gun round, Dennis Law uncharacteristically misses a shot. Oxygen is able to put Bro in the grave. Iceman wants to try to recuperate some of their losses, but I don't think they'll find the opportunity to just yet. Ships narrowly finds the head of Sorrow. Now the numbers, oh no.
Ooh, there was potential there from Iceman, but it's instead duplicate to rip his teammates' head apart. It would have been a 4 versus 2 endeavor. But now it's a 3 versus 2, which is within the realms of possibility here for the Kazakhstani squad. Winter puts his mark in mid, and duplicate, the fact that he's solo, that really puts a dent into his comfort, really. Pushing through, Dennis Law expects that angle, manages to deal with it, and duplicate will shut down Smiley as well. It is going to be Skade now to get themselves that victory.
Time and time again, their wallets are leaking. There's no money on the CT side. Skade, they're putting up some stellar performances individually, and where Ships was on 0 kills for the first 5 to 6 rounds, now he's bounced back. He's not even on the bottom of the scoreboard anymore, so Ships' impact has largely contributed to some of the rounds that Skade have been able to put up. No early smoke from Skade to get information or control. Instead, they'll just do things the old-fashioned way. The AWP shot going through the heart of Heisman. His heart might be ice cold, but now there's bullets in his veins.
Yeah, shattered to pieces as if it was glass. Sorrow able to put a bullet straight through Ships' nostrils. Painful way to go down, but, you know, at least it's instant. Sorry as well, though. Bro holding down a close angle here. I mean, Skade, they managed to bring things back, and I wasn't surprised when I saw the Pinnacle odds earlier depicting that Skade are massively favored. We were earlier talking about if the resurgence came through, if they're able to close back the gap in their own favor, then it should be their game to play, and there wouldn't be much that 100 ping gods would be able to say about it, right? Although they do get 2 kills in this eco round of theirs, Smiley may have an extra chance as they are heading towards his way. If this angle isn't checked, Smiley has a chance. If it is checked, then there's nothing he can do about it. Unless if he gets 1 kill. 40 seconds, Smiley, headshot, okay! Down to 1-on-1, and now he's got an AWP.
Oh, this is so difficult for Rainwaker. That might just be the round he given up, but Rainwaker will secure it regardless.
It got dicey. It got too dicey, man. Oh, I don't think anybody expected that.
Did you notice the patience there on the second shot with the Desert Eagle? He takes a chill. He casually pulls it out of his pocket. Lands a 1D.
It's the Wild West for him, man. He's pistolero.
Wasn't there like this Bugs Bunny meme where he pulls out a revolver and casually fires up shots?
Pushing through though, Skade, they want to increase the tempo of their play. And it looks like they've been able to do so as well in success. Oxygen does get 2 kills in the process, and he may look to double that up. Smiley peeks out with the AWP and puts a dent on the attack. Sorrow, he's in the smoke, he's behind him. He's able to find 1 kill. They don't know! They don't know! Why don't they know? This is massive! 2 kills going to Sorrow. He may have changed the tide of this game because the ship's all by himself with 8 points of health remaining.
Now he's got no chance because that HP is not favoring him whatsoever, and an AWP around the corner. Okay, Smiley, you might have given him an opportunity here.
No, the flash is too good. His ship's is distinguished. Oh, Sorrow, you beautiful man. How did he sneak himself up behind him without being noticed? I know there was a smoke in play, but let's have a look at the replay.
Yeah, he just walks casually past them. If he walks slow enough, they won't notice. It just doesn't register in their eyes because, you know what, it's just like tumbleweed. No, well, that is very deadly tumbleweed. Now, Ships, he is out for vengeance, but that doesn't really culminate into too much. Denislaw, because he can find a narrow angle, he can still manage to bring the numbers a bit closer. Winter. Don't see him to miss too many of those shots, but he does this time around. Smiley around the corner. He's going to be missing a couple of shots in Temple, and that means that Denislaw, he's good for 2. He's down for 3, and now that means that a 2K will make it the ace, but the bomb is nowhere near his control. There's an AWP watching Temple like a hawk, and he still has to get through, bro.
Denislaw is looking clean as if he's wearing a suit, and he's got a 007 agent badge on him. He's killing with style. He's got him 4 kills to his name so far, Winter. Oh, yeah, I do too, man. This is close. And this is Acient at its finest.
Look at how Winter is starting to doubt himself. Instead, Denislaw is going all the way around, so they're going to be greeting a lot earlier than they might have anticipated because they both made the same move. Denislaw, he barely spots him, and Winter will deny the ace, the tie-up for 100 PG.
Wow. Winter, he read the play like a book, and I love the fact that he jumped over that boost position before he peeked that corner because it gave him the information available. The audio cue wasn't quite given, it was slightly too far away. But that is 100 P goals, as you said, now equalizing the scoreline 7-7. It's neck and neck.
Skade, they're going to push straight into Temple. They want to go down mid. And they've already committed 2 players to this. A duel should be taking place soon as Duplicate is around the corner. Iceman. I don't think many players are too familiar with Ancient right now because Iceman gets the drop on Duplicate. Denislaw, he's going to have to find a duel of his own if he wants to make sure that the advantage is secured.
Well, there you go. Smiley's able to deliver onto the head of Ships all of a sudden. Denislaw, though, we talked about him being a madman, and he's bringing the madness towards Iceman. Really putting pressure onto them, but it feels like Denislaw may be a one-man army. Because left and right, his teammates are falling. I don't think he will expect this cubby position from Iceman. He does not. Simple pickings, Rainwaker. What can he do? He knows of the location of one player, but he has no idea where Sorrow is lurking.
Now he's anticipating a mistake to be made from the 100 PG side, but that's not something they're going to do. They know that all they have to do is hold down the line because it's 40 seconds and eventually he will have to step onto a bomb site. And because it's a crossfire setup, it'll always be a more favorable duel for the CT side. Rainwaker, you might have looked away at the wrong time, picks a quick frag, backs off into safety, and now this is doable as long as he can pick up a kill faster. Caps the bomb, that's not the headshot, and that's the round being lost. 100 PG. They somehow come out on top at halftime.
Couldn't have been a mistake, but ladies and gentlemen, you cannot make a mistake if you head over to Pinnacle by betting €10, because you get €10 in return, but you have to use the CUP21 code and also be the first time sign up. Go to pinnacle.com/welcome for some extra information on that regard. But as well, I might just say, because you need to bet responsibly, only bet what you can afford to do, and of course, full terms and conditions do apply with that offer as well. But 100 ping goals there bring things up ahead now, 8-7 on their opponents' map. pick. They want to make sure that they have a stellar lead here, and a pistol round is exactly how they can staple themselves ahead.
Oh, Skade, I think they want to be a lot more proactive in how they play this because they've sent up Dennis Law. They've committed an extra player here, and a flashbang comes out to allow the T's to move on forward. Oh man, there's a 3-man sandwich coming their way. The bait and switch is actually set up for 2.
Oh man, you barely ever see this, but you love to. I don't think 100 ping goals are falling into that trap. Thankfully for them as well, because it would have been a deadly one. You might expect that one angle, but then, oh, all of a sudden there's one on the other corner. Ships, though, reigns supreme in mid. If it dies, he's already done his job. He's already found 2 kills, but he also does damage onto Iceman as well. Rainmaker, information given to him. Smoke being dropped to the depths of mid, but Dennis Law is already on that Windows angle, and Ships' damage was already playing dividends. Winter all by himself. I mean, although he may be able to catch Oxygen off guard, it's not going to be the finishing blow. At least not yet. It takes some time for him to get that blow off, but instead moves on towards the A side. He doesn't have the bomb. He's got a long way to go to deal with 3 players.
Yeah, pistol in hand, bomb being watched by Duplicate. Maybe he can quickly sneak away with it, but that's only 25 seconds on the clock. Now Duplicate knows, and even I didn't spot Dennis Law. Ooh. How have you done this?
He's a cheeky geezer, that's what he is, playing around the donut like that. And we see a knife round. Oh.
That's one of the special things about this little donut area.
Yeah, because you can always chase each other around it, but never spot him around. And Dennis Law, yeah, he spotted Winter from a mile away, and was able to capitalize on it nicely as well. Skade, that's the equalizer they needed. But 100 ping goals, I don't think they'll be very happy about that. Although the stack will be deadly. The nades! Ouch! How is Iceman even breathing right now?
100 PG, now they are primed for the grinder. The FAMAS is going to make it look so easy because they are on the verge of death. Somehow Bro still gets away with a Glock kill. Okay.
Oh man, bring a stretcher, bring the ambulance. 100 ping goals don't look good. Oh man. Oof. That hurt. It's the combination of the nade stack together with a Rainmaker spray down. Complete mow down. Nothing that 100 ping gods could do.
But now they're on the AK, so we're going to see, hopefully going to see a bit better. Skade, I'm sure they were happy to pad their economy a little bit with that knife kill. But, I want to see how the changes now that the sides have switched.
Look at this.
Bro, he's barely spotted it. The flashbang, it's flawed. It allows Bro to get away with 2.
Oh no. The flash was mistimed. Although the peak was genius, they had a couple of angles that they could have pushed from. Skade, they fall victims to their own demise. Rainmaker pulling things closer to his team, though I think it still will be a difficult situation. Oxygen hasn't been spotted yet. He hasn't found any contact. Though, Bro, he's going to check this corner. He knows exactly where Oxygen might be hiding out. It's all a matter of timing. Spotted things out, but no. It is the eventual headshot coming through. Superior AK-47 over the MP9, although he's barely standing. It's surprising how Bro has been able to pull up a performance like this over an Ancient, when you would have thought it lacklustered over to Dust 2 by a substantial mark. Now, it's a 4K for him. And if he chases after Rainmaker, although I find those chances very slim, he could even run away with an ace.
Yeah, the chances are slim, but yeah, you did mention that he's barely standing. I mean, of course, with the weight of 4 heads on his shoulders right now. Just holding on to them like trophies. But man, what a comeback from Bro in this series. You don't often see that. Maybe Dust 2 was just a bit of a one-off from him. And the difference in performance from Bro is actually contributing so much to this change scoreline. The fact that they can bring it that much closer, because Skade still have a stellar performance. With the exception of Duplicate dropping off, everybody's chiming in. And Dennis Law, as usual, I mean, it's routine at this point that he's just going to be an outclass performer. He's still going above and beyond the Call of Duty, and had Bro not been stepping up, I think this would have been a lot closer in the favor of Skade.
Yeah, and it's reflected on the Pinnacle odds as well. Shortly, a little bit more closer than it was a few rounds ago. 1-5. Still heavily in favor of Skade, as they are a map ahead in this series. Iceman, though, delivers onto Oxygen. Oh, there's nothing much he could do. He was caught with his pants down, essentially, wasn't he? And now Duplicate. I think he's given away his card, but still delivers with a kill. Dennislaw setting up a crossfire, and it's working out in their favor. The CTs are backtracked towards the back alley, and for that reason, they stand alive for the time being. Smoke to draw them out. Will they push through it? They do. Ships will be challenged, but he connects the headshot. Trade on forwards as Bro does get himself the kill, but it's an Amber's advantage for Skade. Not for long. Winter on the back line, causing trouble. Rainwaker needs to shut him down, but he pushes up aggressively. Bro does put pressure onto Rainwaker from yet another angle, and now it's all up to Duplicate. He will show his card as soon as he touches this bomb. He does so, does not stick it. He expects the peek to come underway. Peeks out, one connected, touches it again. Will he stick it? He doesn't. Peeks out just in time. Oh, runs out of bullets and Winter survives with 1 point of health.
He just didn't have a kit, so that it was so hard to work around it. The bomb plant was actually ideal for him to stick it. Had he stuck it even on the first try, he would have gotten it had he had a kit. And Skade, now they're the ones on the back foot, surprisingly, 100 PG. How is Bro able to hold it down on the post plant like that? Winter's flank, that was perfect. Completely dismantling any sort of opposition that might have come their way. The retake, it was completely thwarted by just having that additional player outside the bomb site. I think the retake would have been successful had that not been the case. 100 PG, they're looking happy to take away a throwaway round. Haven't really had too much breathing space in this room, or in this round. Don't know why I said room. I think it's because this cheetah area is kind of suffocating to look at.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a room of some sort. Not sure what it would be used for in a temple. Maybe to praise your god. Maybe they praise cheetahs.
Praise cheetah.
It's a very majestic animal. Very sleek in its movements. Characteristic to how 100 Ping Gods approach this round. Very clean from them, not dropping a single player in the process.
Couple rounds ahead, that does cushion their T side a little bit. And I can see how they could potentially run away with this, because Skade, you have to keep in mind that they will always have to be fighting from the back foot now, because they won't have much of an economy. A couple flawless rounds in a map like Ancient, I don't particularly expect it. Maybe if Dennislaw can get those early kills, perhaps, but 100 PG, they are being meticulous in how they approach this. Their approach is a lot different from what we've come to expect from Skade, just running onto a bomb site. And now I think B should be their destination, because they've got a couple players starting to move in. The bomb is positioned in that way as well. It's just Winter who wants to eventually go for a flank, and the lurk position is actually quite powerful up until pros get used to these timings.
The timing is right for ships though. Skade, initially at least, as it has shown previously, can hold their ground. No rotation being brought out. Instead, ships will be challenging their backline. Dennislaw with that AWP misses out on the first shot and now is giving away his position. Needs reinforcement still. Good for one. Oxygen taken out. Dennislaw with the other. But now, quick on the trigger, will try and get himself the third. Succeeds in doing so. Smiley shuts him down. 1 versus 3, but they're already on the backline. Ships, his position was given away. 28 points of health with not much space. The room is closing in on him, and he needs to find a way out.
Yeah, he wants to walk out of this room. He's not happy about the spike trap. But maybe he'll walk right back in. I think he wants to surprise them. I think he's waiting for them to rotate all the way around. Now, do Skade expect this to be a fake? Do they expect him to go all the way back to A? I don't think he had enough time for it. Well, he did have enough time, but not enough to clear out the angles. But Smiley eventually is going to start moving in, and there's no way he checks for duplicate. 10th round on the board for Skade. Double digits, finally broken. But that's at the cost of their economy being broken down as well.
Yeah, not great, but you know what? I think this is even closer than we saw earlier on the Pinnacle odds, right? So 1-4, not too bad. And 100 Ping Gods still have a chance, especially seeing that they are ahead. But you were talking about economy. I think we also need to look at the other side of the spectrum, because 100 ping gods, they're basically a defeat away from also hitting that recession mark. And they do not want that one bit, because then Skade could easily gain the advantage.
Yeah, and they are on the CT side as well, so I do think that Skade, on their own map pick, they might feel a lot more comfortable just holding these angles. Early flashbang, Dennis Law, his push has been deterred, but don't think he'll be backing off from it just yet. Very juicy nade that puts Bro and Smiley within the range of getting picked away by just a spray down. Dennis Law on the other side of the map, he's making work happen.
Is indeed. I'm interested to see how 100 ping gods approach this from that numbers deficit. Moving up from mid is something that they haven't really found success in doing. But Dennis Law, he's out of the equation. Ships takes back that position. Flash out. Maybe to push through, but is unscathed. Again, Sorrow find himself in the back line. Spro looks to approach from Cheetah. For Sorrow, they don't have anyone to check from mid. I don't think they have any idea where he's going to come from. It's a ticking time bomb, isn't it? Slowly but surely, even if Skade hold their ground here, it's not going to look good enough, but they don't even do just that. What Sorrow can do now is hold the back line, make sure the rotations don't come in. He doesn't need to focus on the site. There's only one player remaining, and even if he duplicate does get one, it's bound to get traded. Sorrow will spot him out, headshot connected, and there you go, the B site. It's all yours. Take it. There's even a ribbon on it to make it look nicer.
Yeah, that ribbon is Chips missing that shot.
There seems to be potential for 100 ping gods to take over their opponent's map pick here, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that would be a bit surprising, because you don't really expect them to pick up Ancient after their performance on the first map. Dust 2 didn't really favor them. You would and with Skade having a lot more officials on Ancient, you'd expect them to be a bit more well seasoned. But at the same time, we don't really know how much they've been scrimmaging. I mean, if they can get a map against Skade 23, I don't think Skade is too much of a step up from that.
We knew this game would be very close throughout every single one of these maps. And it looks like our prediction is holding true to that prospect. 12 to 10, still anybody's game. Though 100 ping gods have got a good reason to extend that lead further. Two rifles, if placed correctly, could still turn the tide of the game. But it might be too much to ask, especially seeing that Smiley does make sure Duplicate has nothing else to say in this matter. They're playing it slowly as well. They know there's no reason to make any risks. Take any risks, if you will. My English just flew out the window for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does that every time. It just flips out, and if my English was a human, he wouldn't be. He'd be depressed. Trust me. Skade. Maybe they are on the brink of a Great Depression, because 100 ping gods, they're challenging them left and right. There should be a clean endeavor for them. The site's being taken over, the bomb going down. And there you have it. The round should be theirs.
Now, Ships and Rainwaker being able to save up their weaponry does make a big impact in the upcoming rounds. But the issue here is that now you're only 3 rounds away from giving up the W. Skade, I don't think they want to take it to map number 3. This is their own map pick. 100 PG shouldn't be allowed this kind of comfort. And this is in addition to Dennis Law still being an outclass performer. So because we don't really see the numbers come out from the likes of Duplicate, Skade are struggling. And instead, their counterpart, Bro, he's performing on Ancient. I mean, I just mentioned him. He adds another kid. He's like, yep, I'm right here. Yeah, he's somehow actually tough fragging now for the team, where he was on 6 kills for the entirety of the previous map. Now he's entirely changed up his gameplay. He's second in terms of frags as far as the grand scoreboard goes, just 3 behind Dennis Line. He's doing it as a rifler, so that's very impressive.
It is, isn't it? It's crazy how he was so quick to adjust. Maybe the first map was a warm-up for him, but now he's back in it. Ships delivering with a first blow, Skade. Maybe that's what they need to get themselves back into the game.
Yeah, taking Bro out of the server, that's a smart move by Ships, because he was the one putting up the numbers in Duplicate. He's got to step up. He does just that by taking Iceman away. 3 players remaining for 100 PG.
Oh man, we know this positioning from Sorrow way too much, don't we? Although this time around it seems like Oxygen is aware of this angle. We'll make sure that nobody passes through him. The fact that Sorrow's been a nuisance in this angle so many times. There's still a prospect of him doing just that. Ships, he's got the lineup right. He knows exactly where he needs to place his crosshair. It's just a flash to come underway. Spots it, peeks out in time. Smiley's there to deliver. How about that? Maybe that's how they get themselves on site. Sorrow getting the kill. No, it's only damage as Oxygen finds the closer. Smiley delivers through the wall. And now Winter and Smiley have to deal with 3. They need to get the bomb down, but the smoke will give them some space to work with. Rainmaker looks to spray down, finds the head, and now it's all up to Smiley with 2 kills to his name. Will look to put on maybe the full-on ace if he's capable of doing that. Not much time remaining for him either.
Oh, peeking through the smoke. Out by Duplicate.
They knew it. They saw him.
Too much information there. Skade. They've got some bank building up now, and because they have that additional AWP, now things get spicy. While 100 PG will always have a buy, it doesn't mean that Skade won't have the firepower to counter against it. They've got double ops. They're going to have that additional M4 on Rainmaker, so everything does seem to be working out for them now. They just need to hold on to it. They just need to put the pedal to the metal for a few more rounds.
Ooh, I love these peeks from Smiley. He never fears to go aggressive with these angles, and even though that angle was already held by Denislaw, it still falls apart for the Skade side. Now, how do they position? They've got Winter towards that mid lineup, which means that they can have a crossfire set up if they want to aggress towards it. But that smoke will kind of keep him at bay for the time being, because Oxygen, he's lurking within those shadows. Bro, he's got an essential role to play, but Iceman, the fact that they've got so many players on location, it doesn't really matter. 100 Pig Gods, methodically, one by one, they pick out Skade. Oh, he is. Hello, Discord.
Yeah, I like how we jump straight to the videos just to check if somebody's getting slapped on the back.
Oh, no, unfortunately not. Well, no, fortunately that doesn't happen. We don't endorse violence. Absolutely not. But again, it seems like it's a reoccurring theme, right? It is.
Ooh.
I was going to say 100 Pig Gods getting themselves that initial advantage, but that's a couple of mad kills coming through from Oxygen.
Yeah, and now he wants to get aggressive to potentially pick up a weapon. I don't think he'll be afforded that privilege with that much ease. These couple Deagle kills, though, they could have entirely changed the pace of the game. Skade, do they capitalize on this? They've got 4 players. They've got the advantage. They've got an AWP for Denislaw. And they've got armor across the board, so something can be cooked up. There is a player in the form of Rainwaker who can easily pick up an audio cue or 2.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is that the two rifles on the Skade side are towards the safe site. They've got the right positioning on the players. Got the right read. And they make it work.
Rainwaker is playing such a passive angle. He's not going to go for any duels up until it gets dicey.
Peeking through now with a flash, that's going to be the cue for them to push forwards. Denislaw more aggressive in this approach, does succeed in finding the kill. Maybe that space that Rainwaker requires. Spray down, connects with one, takes a little bit of damage, but it's still good enough for him. Winter's all by himself, and he's got a big role to play in this endeavor. Shot is found, but Duplicate does find himself that deagle shot through, and Skade still have a living chance to stay within this game.
Not sure how they turn that around, but they do with a couple deagles and a little bit of magic from Oxygen. I mean, fitting name because he's basically the life support that Skade are relying on right now. Somehow brings them back.
May I turn our attention to one of the statistics brought to us out here? Because maybe I'll do it a little bit later because there's some aggression being brought out from 100 Ping Gods here. Sorrow also goes to ships. Flash coming through. Succeeds with one kill, but doesn't realize Sorrow is right next to him, giving him a kiss. Smiley blows his kiss from a distance, as it is 100 Ping Gods still to be in lead and command when it comes to kills. And Smiley again smiles and waves. He knows he's done his job.
Smile and wave, boys.
Smile and wave.
Oh, Denislaw, though, I think he's going to be doing a bit of grinning of his own because he's picked up Sorrow, but it's unfortunate that Sorrow's the player that he had to pick up because he was already so low. I think he wanted to take a healthier player out of the equation, but now there's a lot of pressure on this AWP player. Iceman makes it look quite easy and crispy with a quick flick of the wrist. Rainwaker huddling onto his M4 once again. Does too. All over again.
All over again.
Now he's panicking. He doesn't want anybody to go forward. This position is so good for knives. It's so good for flanks. Why does nobody check it? It's so easy to kite somebody around it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, even if you do check it, like you said, you can kite someone around it. If you're the first one to spot it and you're the one trying to hide out, then there's a possibility of you trying to hide away. Obviously, there's a chance in that close distance when someone is wary of it to spot out, I don't know, like a barrel of your weapon of some sort. But no, that was a very important round from 100 Ping Gods. They managed to bounce back, and now they're on map points, looking to take things to map number 3. And look at that. It's anyone's game. Back to 1.5 to 2.3. Something we haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, if we head on over to Inferno. Skade, somehow they still managed to bring it to a 12th with just deagles, but it's still not convincing enough. And now they don't even have an AWP for Denislaw to work with, so if he can make that pocket op work, perhaps that could be fruitful. Smiley, he's gotten so much success off of this angle that I don't think they're falling for it again. And nade goes out towards first. And now Skade, they just have to put in the work the old-fashioned way. Just a couple MP9, some elbow grease, and...
That angle would never work for the MP9. Don't know what was expected, really, of that situation. Smiley again. So the penguins from Madagascar all over again. Smiling and waving as he greets bullets. Well, greets players with bullets, basically. Duplicate. That was an impressive shot, but I think that's all it's going to be. No follow-up, as he has been killed. Denislaw on the long way around, trying to rotate from spawn. Rainwaker has a big job to do, but he gets taken out with a 1-for-1 trade. The bomb is taking its time to get planted. 100 Ping Gods aren't taking any chances, but that also buys time for Denislaw to potentially find himself a kill here.
Yeah, and if he can pick up this AWP player, then he's got the one weapon that he's so comfortable with. Gets the chance at a second shot, and that's the op recovered. Now it's doable. 1v2, bombs